Student has been killed while 42 other people, including 27 students, were kidnapped by gunmen from Government Science College in Nigeria. According to the Nigerian government officials, gunmen believed to be members of a criminal gang stormed the school in Kagara town, killing one student and kidnapping dozens of other pupils, teachers and relatives. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned the incident and has ordered the armed forces and police to rescue the students. 2 months ago, more than 300 students were kidnapped from a school in Kankara in nearby Katsina State. Now, the boys were later released after negotiations with government officials, but the incident sparked global outrage. For more on this, I am now joined by Nigerian broadcast journalist Itodo Abba. Itodo, good evening and thank you very much for your time. Tell us a little bit more of what we know now about this incident. How did it occur? When did it take place? And is it linked to any grouping currently right now in Nigeria?
Now, reports have it that this happened at about 2 a.m. on the 17th of February, and gunmen stormed the school in Kagara town in Niger State. First, it started off from the staff quarters, where the teachers live, and then moved on to the students' hostel. Now, reports also have it that about 42 people in total were taken, following the escape of a few others, teachers and students alike. Now, we hear that 3 teachers were taken, 12 family members of those teachers, and also about 27 students altogether. So that puts the number at about 42. We also hear that about 1 student was killed during the operation, and the president and the government is trying very hard to ensure that these students and teachers are rescued, as the president has requested the deployment of security operatives to the town to ensure that they investigate and also bring back those students alive and well.
Yeah. This abduction was carried out by armed men wearing a military uniform, believed in some instances to be the armed groups known as the bandits. What do we know about the bandits?
Well, not much is known about them because various groups are giving various names. Now, these bandits who had or who have access to various rifles or various machine guns and all of that put together, which should only be able to be accessed by the military. And, you know, the government have been people or operatives rather have requested that investigations are carried out to ensure how they are able to gain access to these rifles, and how they're able to also gain access to uniforms, which was used in carrying out this operation. Now, the opposition has also requested that the government tag them terrorists and not bandits because of the operations they carry out and how they're able to easily go about what they are doing. Now, the Senate of the country has also requested that the president declare an emergency in the country on insecurity to ensure that this is nipped in the bud and that people can go about their business daily without the fear of being kidnapped or, being killed, as the case is right now.
Yeah. Now, this group is known to be terrorizing the northwest and the central Nigeria in recent years, and they, of course, have been asking for ransom as well. This has been seen a sharp rise. Did they ask for ransom in this time? Do we know?
Well, according to reports, that hasn't been gotten yet. No word has been gotten on any ransom demands or anything of the sort, but we are hoping that in the coming hours, we're able to get more information. However, a video was allegedly released showing those who were kidnapped, the students, the teachers, and the family members who were seen to be begging for their lives and requesting that they get released. Now, this said video is, online on social media making the rounds. So people are hoping that they are safe. They will be released eventually, and we'll just see what happens in the coming hours.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned earlier on that a similar incident happened in December where 300 boys, schoolboys, were abducted in Katsina. This surely has put a lot of pressure on the government of President Muhammadu Buhari with regards to security in the country.
Now, the president just newly appointed new security chiefs, and they have promised to get in on the action and ensure that the security status of the country is, brought back to normal. But then again, the kidnap of 300 boys 2 months ago was sort of a worry to a lot of people. However, a few hours after that happened, there was a meeting between the bandits, those who kidnapped them, and various people who were selected by the government in terms of negotiations, and they were allegedly released or eventually released afterwards, which was good news to their parents, the government, and everybody alike. But then again, we're hoping that we don't have to always pay ransoms for people to get released, because if, a lot of other groups get wind of this, it would be, common practice wherein they kidnap people from various towns and locations and schools, and then a ransom has to be paid before they get released.
Now, it's believed, Itodo, that some local governments are signing some kind of peace deals with these armed rebels?
Now, we hear that, yes, we hear that a couple of local governments get into an agreement wherein these bandits or this gunmen do not come to their town to raid or kidnap or do anything of the sort. And when their demands are not met, then they just go on and carry their acts. We also hear reports also have it that those locals have gone on to report security operatives who have not been able to aid them in any way. So they are left to take care of themselves and fend for themselves in terms of their security.
Now, this has resulted in, you're saying, boarding schools being closed across the nation?
Boarding schools, yes, are being closed right now about in 4 different local governments in the state. In Niger State, boarding schools have been requested to close. I mean, it's better off students being at home with their parents where they are safer as opposed to being left in school. But the question is, why can't the government provide security across these schools to ensure that while the students get education, they are also secure, as opposed to, being worried anything can happen when they are in these schools?
Yeah. Is there a sense that the armed forces in Nigeria, or the security forces in Nigeria, are being overwhelmed by these threats? And is there a sense, some news agencies reporting that this is threatening peace in the country?
Well, it is threatening peace in the country, and the fact that a lot of other people are trying to do anything that they can to ensure that they are secure. But then again, the security operatives and the president has promised that they will do their best in ensuring that Nigerians are safe. And seeing that the newly appointed service chiefs have, giving their word that in no time insecurity in Nigeria will be a thing of the past. So we're hoping that they are able to stand by their word and do their best and ensure that we don't Nigerians in general don't have to worry about what would happen to them if they were to go out in public in terms of being kidnapped or being shot at or being attacked, as the case may be.
Yeah. What is the conversation around securing the parameters of boarding schools? For example, there are reports that this particular school had actually no perimeter fence at all, which really nothing prevented the group from the bandits from coming in and actually abducting the children.
Well, the best bet will be for the government or the government of that particular state to ensure that security operatives are deployed and to keep the students safe. But seeing that schools are being asked or being requested to shut down right now, then again, it's possible that the government is trying to ensure that they're able to ascertain the safety of everyone and pool their resources in ensuring that those who were kidnapped are brought back.
Toto, appreciate your time and thank you very much for giving us the detail there. That is the Nigerian broadcast journalist Itodo Aba giving us details of that situation there. 27 students abducted by an armed group there known as the Bandits. Meanwhile,